Hello, and welcome to our talk about copyright and fair use. We're going to look at how copyright and fair use can guide ethical decision making when writing academic papers or creating something new or even creating something for your workplace. So, we're going to start off with copyright. What is it? What are the basics of copyright? The three questions we're going to answer are: what is it? What does it protect? And what isn't protected? When looking at copyright, we're looking at US laws that protects original work from being copied or used without permission. This protects the creator from people misusing their information or their original content, which could lead to misunderstandings or even financial difficulties and financial theft. We're going to look at what does it protect. So it protects all original and created work. So that book that was written, the photograph that was taken, even the artwork that you made in first grade would be considered original and created work that is protected under copyright. So what isn't protected? Facts and public information. So looking at pictures from NASA or looking at the distance from Washington, D.C. to Los Angeles or basic data. That is not protected under copyright. And then also works that have entered the public domain. So works that were created a long time ago and the person who created the work has been dead for 70 plus years. Their work can be enter into the public domain, and it is something then that the public can use without worrying about those copyright laws. So when we're looking at copyright laws, we need to make some ethical decisions around them. So the first way to do this is to cite your sources. Give credit to the creator. Who made this photograph? Who wrote this story? You need to make sure that you're citing your sources so you're giving credit where credit is due. Share, don't steal. So share parts of a work. When you're writing an essay, share one quote or one idea. Don't steal someone's original idea. Even if you put quotations around the entire thing, if you copy an entire body of work and put that in your story, you are stealing their original work. And then use Creative Commons. So, Creative Commons is a way for original creators to share things uh, with different copyright laws. So, there are things that you can use without as much worry about original copyright laws. So, you could use a website that makes content more broadly available to all. So, what about fair use? Fair use is the exception. There are times when it is acceptable to use copyrighted works in ways that normally wouldn't be allowed. That is fair use. So, if we look at things like satire, satire can fit under fair use, where you can use a portion of someone's work in your own original way. Education is another area that falls under fair use. There are lots of times where teachers can use essays or videos as a way to educate their students. That would be a way to use copyrighted work under fair use. There are four questions, though, that we have to ask about fair use. Because it is a pretty broad definition, there's still a lot of controversy about what it covers and what it doesn't, so we answer these four questions. First, what is the purpose of using the material? Is it to educate or is it for financial gain? So, the purpose of using the material can make the difference. What is the nature of the work? Is it something that would be useful to use in an education setting? How much of the work is used? If you're using only a portion of the work, that would be a good way to use fair use. If you are copying an entire textbook and handing it out to students, that would not be under fair use because you're using too much of the material. And then lastly, what is the effect of using the work? Are you disadvantaging the original creator by using that work in this way? That is something that you really need to think about when you're using uh, different people's work under fair use. So, the main thing with this is we need to be able to make ethical decisions. We look at copyright, we give credit where credit is due, we make sure that we're using fair use in the correct ways. Overall, it's all about protecting our original work, protecting the ideas that other people made, And thinking about when we create something new, how would we want others to treat our own work? How would we want to have credit from that? How would we feel if we didn't get money from something because someone copied our work? So it's all about making ethical decisions. I hope this helped you make those ethical decisions.